Let's start July reading for Aries. So at the beginning of June, I said that you were feeling like death. You didn't get the best reading last June, sorry, dude. Feeling like death, toxic relationships must come to an end, and you need to cut the ties that bind you and face reality. So here's hoping you got that crap out of your life, whoever or whatever that was. And that you're starting to move forward with July. Now, before I start the reading, I'm actually on a yoga retreat for a couple of days, and I was gifted this set of cards, the Gita, the wisdom of the, and I'm, there, that one. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to just ruin it if I say it. So the retreat that I'm on is a yoga retreat based on traditional Indian principles and practices. So I thought, what better than to bring this deck along. I've never used it before. I don't think it was ever used. It was gifted to me, and I think it pretty much had been opened, and that was it. So I may leave it here. I'm thinking I'm going to leave it here and donate it to the practitioners. Now, this is the card that jumps at me, and for some reason I want the goat. Well, it's a cow. Of course, sacred cow. Okay, so I've picked for you Super Soul and Winds of Desire. So let's see what they say about you for the month of July. I reside in every heart. From me alone come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. I am to be known by all the Vedas. I am the author of the Vedanta, and I alone know the Vedas. And Winds of Desire. As a boat on the water is swept away by strong wind and thrown off course, even one of those senses on which the mind focuses can carry away one's intelligence. So I guess don't get swept up is what it's saying in that one. All right, let's see where this takes you. So once again, doing a numerical spread designed for my numerical deck based on numerology and tarot. And let's see what's happening for Aries. Where your head's at, where your body's at, the root of it all. Where your head's at, where your body's at, and the root of it all. Head's at, body's at, and the root of it all. Okay, let's have a look, Aries. So the beginning of the month sees you feeling like you're still unpacking the layers. Number 3 is a great number, but it's about communication, especially so in this one you're peeling back the layers to get to more knowledge. You feel like it's a bit of a slog. You feel like you've got to kind of go through the motions to peel back the layers, and you're not even sure if you like this journey, even though Higher Road card can often be about taking the higher moral ground. I don't even know if you really want to do that. So let's see. What colours have we got majority of today? Quite a mix. Okay. So you got a feeling like you got to peel back the layers. You feel like there's more to reveal, either of yourself or others. And then just going off what I said for the beginning of the month, that's probably joined to that. Your head's at this sort of slog sort of place where you feel like you're going through the cycles, and sometimes you feel like you're in control and sometimes you don't. And the root of all of this is some kind of level of attack. So if we link back to, what did I say for you for feeling like death, toxic relationships must come to an end, cut the ties that bind you and face reality. So if that's what happened at the end of last month, then the beginning of the month is still tinged with that element of disappointment, that element of toxicity, that element of being picked on, lesser than, etc. So perhaps you still feel like you don't have the full picture, and that there's still more to reveal. And I think you're finding it hard to take the higher moral ground, or even to make choices that are good for you, which we all know it can be quite difficult, especially if you're like a parent or looking after somebody else or responsible for somebody else or a team. Sometimes you tend to put yourself last, which is quite sad. But we all do it. Middle of the month sees you feeling a bit better. You feel like you can dive into the situation. You feel like there's an element of relaxation that you can, I don't know, you have the balance now. You feel stronger and safer. There's no place like home. And the number 6 is about harmony and balance as well. So it's balance and balance. So perhaps in the beginning of the month, you're still dealing with that from June. But the middle of July sees you feeling a little bit more patient with the process, a little bit more patient with yourself, and feeling a little bit more secure in your heart and mind. I feel like I want to read this card from the book. So often I have an inference or knowledge, or I wrote it. I wrote the book. But, I've got way I kind of interpret the cards, and then sometimes I feel like I really need to come back to what I was, I don't know, downloading when I wrote it the first time. Okay, that's the Bully. We want to be in Creative Master. So let's see what Dive Right In is saying to you. Okay. Young man creates a huge splash as he plunges feet first into a deep, refreshing pool. His eyes are closed, his arms relaxed, rising up from the dark water. Blue butterflies flap and soar, circling around the man, darting between his arms before floating up to the sky. It's time to dive into your passions and dreams, knowing that your enthusiasm will help you succeed. Have you been chasing a dream or something you hold dear? Have you had a win, received an award or an acknowledgement? So revel in it. Be proud of yourself. This card encourages you to follow your passions. The red sky demonstrates the vitality and drive that flows through you when you are doing what you love. Your success lies in aligning with your true passions and letting that energy guide you towards your dreams. The blue background and butterflies signify accomplishment, new ideas, inspiration, and opportunities that arise when you immerse yourself in your passions. The number 2 speaks to balance, while 22, the master builder, reminds you to put in the hard work needed to realize your plans. If you're considering something new, the message is clear. Go for it. Dive into new experiences and let this dynamic energy recharge you. But don't linger too long in the inviting waters. Learn to channel this passionate energy into action and future plans. Trust in the powerful, transformative energy that comes with embracing your true interests. So I would suggest that after this period of rejection, cleaning up, recalibration, you're starting to find you. Safety and this no place like home can often be a card for when you finally get all your self-worth organized, like when you there's a better word and it's eluding me. When you're calm, when you're centered, when you have faith in yourself, when you love yourself again. So be patient with yourself this month. Dive right into the new experiences and trust that you are safe because you've done the hard work. You peeled back those layers. You uncovered what was ailing you, and you're striving to do better. Moving to the end of the month, once you've dived in, all your skills are going to come to the fore. You're doing really well. Maybe a surprise is coming. It's quite complicated here. You've got a combustive tower moment that's going to happen at the end of the month. Now, the tower moment can be awesome or it can be horrible. It can be like blowing up your world, or it could be throwing you into a new circumstance. And so I often see this as like, which one of these people are you? Are you the one in free fall? Are you the one doing the backflip off the cloud? Are you the one leaping out with arms wide open, unrestrained joy? So the end of the month sees you having a big change coming. You feel like you've got to make some decisions on your own potentially because you're alone. The number 7 is about mystery and being analytical. So perhaps you need to sit down and think about what you can do on your own or what you can do with others. But it really comes down to you've got a unique combination of skills that are going to be realized or help you catapult forward. So I'm thinking this card isn't as negative as it often is suggesting. So beginning of the month, dealing with the end of June, peeling back some more layers, deciding whether or not what ground you're going to take, feeling like you're being attacked. Middle of the month feels you seeing secure and reveling in new opportunities and that. Be patient with yourself. The end of the month is a little bit convoluted. It's a big, powerful forces are at play. Your unique skills and combinations will come into play, and you will have the energy, but there's also this level of self-doubt perhaps, or aloneness. So maybe you have to make a decision on your own, or you feel like you are alone. and sort of less secure than you were in the beginning of the month. So I'm going to ask for some extra cards. 3 for the middle. And then I'm going to go for Out in the Cold and the Tower, just so we can get a bit of clarity, because it just seems at odds. You seem to be having 3 different experiences through the month. The beginning is the wrapping up of the previous, the middle is a bit okay, and then the end is a big chunk of change is coming your way, as in not money. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. All right, that sort of makes sense. So beginning of the month, sort of, because you're wrapping up this thing, you're sort of seizing the new opportunity that will come in. The new opportunity that comes in is where, well, no, not even new opportunity, new time for growth. So a new time for energy. So you've got what you worked through and cycled through and what you're heading towards. Heading towards a new change in mentality, new opportunity. You've got some decisions to make, but you should revel in them. You should enjoy them while you feel secure. Be patient with your choices, decision making. But, you know, this diving riding is like diving right into a cup, like making it, picking something and going with it and enjoying it. The end of the month shows movement and travel, or like resolution, or flying forward, moving forward. The Tower moment is actually part of your the end of this cycle, so it's quite a mini cycle. You've got 0 and 0 here, and what do you got? 3s and 6s and 4s and 1s. Okay, so I would say at the end of the month, that sort of that feeling of the Tower is actually your world card in like completion. It's sort of the completion of that major arcana cycle. And the world is giving you a lot of opportunities, sort of which one will you choose. So there's this movement towards this newer opportunity, and perhaps this sort of out in the cold feeling comes from a piece of information that you're feeling. But the Ace of Swords is moving forward. It is about communication. So is this card here. So I suggest the end of the month is feeling like forward movement, but you're really not sure. Yeah, you're not sure. I need more cards. Just throw me a little bit. Can I have some resolution for the last row? Ace of Swords, 8 of Wands, and the World, with Tower, Skills, and Out in the Cold. Just one card. Okay. That's the 9. All right. Yeah, even though this beginning in the middle of the month, you're feeling secure and you're being patient and you're enjoying and you're experimenting with new things, the end of the month you still aren't feeling very resolved. There's a lot of movement, a lot of change. You're feeling a bit battle scarred almost. You've been through a lot. And you're kind of ready to start this new phase with the world, because it's the end of the major. But yes, there's a few more things you've got to resolve. I mean, you're not the 10 of Wands yet. You're not taking that harvest back to your village. Here, you're actually sort of battle scarred from the experience. And here, the movement towards that experience. So, Aries, a little bit icky. Dealing with the end of June. Middle of the month feels okay. You feel like you might be getting your ducks in a row, like I said in June. You feel like you're getting some choices and you're patiently waiting to proceed. But the end of the month feels a little bit sticky. You're just not there yet. You're literally like, 1.9 away from 2. You're almost there. Perhaps a piece of information that will come in will feel you a little bit isolated and less secure. But you really are in the throes of something big happening at the end of the month. And I'm pretty sure that August will tell you what your outcome has been or how you're to proceed. So a little bit ambiguous, my dear Aries. Good luck with your July. And hopefully I can... Let's nut it out. So Wings of Desire. I'm really feeling like I'm not delivering you the right kind of message. As a boat is swept away on strong wind and thrown off course, Even one of the senses on which the mind focuses can carry away one's intelligence. Perhaps back here, perhaps back here, you celebrate a little bit too soon, or you feel a little that sense of happiness isn't going to stick around, even though you're strong enough, even though you have the skill set. There's so much movement. You're so busy, and is the noise I'm getting at the end of the month. And look at all the cards. They were very dark coloured, but they're all quite mysterious. These are all blue. So the end of the month, it's a bit mysterious, a bit battle scarred. It's sort of like the end of the month is the beginning of something else. Okay, Aries, good luck with that. Better you than me. All right, have a good July.